I got a popped rear head gasket in this fella. So I bailed on the project for now and took on the other 83 FLH I got because I figured I'd just have to do a couple of wires and a little carburetor work and start her up. Yeah, because I didn't want to take the rear cylinder head off that one. Because I figured, I don't feel like screwing around with this right now. So I'll do an easy job. So I get in around the wires. Now, whoever worked on this machine before, the bike's almost all stock. They replaced the starter motor. They replaced the solenoid switch. And wherever I put it. They replaced the, I'm having a brain fart, the doohickey that trips the thingamabobby over here that makes the thingy here you go around and around and around, makes this make noise. Relay, that's the word I'm looking for. They replaced the relay. They fixed everything but the problem. Some pretty sad troubleshooting, I guess. So, the thing was cranking over so slow it wouldn't start. They changed the battery, and like I say, they changed all those components. So I put a new battery in her because things sat here for about 3-4 years without being touched. And making a short story long, I had a voltage drop. And I was losing a couple of volts between the ignition switch and the relay. So the wiring, the rear exhaust pipe comes through here. The wiring that was here is pretty much baked. And it was turning gets that black death creeping into it. So I replaced the wire going to the switch from the battery. And I replaced the wire, of course it goes from here to this little circuit breaker here. And replaced the wire from here back to I got this taped off to prevent shorts. And I was running it through here. So I replaced that wire, then I replaced the wire from here to the solenoid, the one that activates the solenoid. And what do you know? $5 worth of wire, she cranks over like a son of a bitch. Amazing. And the old parts, well, I'll keep them in case I wuss out completely and put electric start in this one. This is a 76 FX, and there's a starter right there. Right now, I have enough weight to start it. But anyway, getting back to where I was originally getting at. I took this on because I thought, just fix these wires, get her going. Then I found these bands for the intake were all loose. So she would have been sucking air like a bugger here. I mean, this bike's 29 years old. The engine's all original. And then I noticed the oily rear cylinder bolt. That means your head gasket's gone. You got an oil passage here. I got this blue piece stuck in here to keep the cooties out of it. So off comes the rear head, which I ended up doing anyway. I was trying to avoid. And this is common with these old shovels. Usually it's because people put about 3 million foot-pounds of torque. They pull these threaded inserts up around beyond the gasket surface. Therefore you're not going to get it to sit flat and you're going to pop your head gasket every time. These are all recessed nice. Like I said, this is the first time this head's ever been off this bike. But we got one. Guess where he's at? Next door to that oil passage through the head. So as you can see, just from cleaning it, I got a shiny spot here. And I took a straight edge across it, and sure enough she'll teeter on that bastard. So I'm going to have to recess this a little bit. And that should prevent popping any more head gaskets in this bugger. I've Had the few bikes do that, but they've been taken apart a dozen times. And these are all, I've seen them where all 5 are just pulled right out. More lumps on it than waves on it than a windy pond. So I'll get that recessed and that should fix that problem. So much for the quick and easy, eh? Just give you an idea. I'm using the edge of a vernier. You can probably see the light right through there, especially on a rocket. So there's a instant blown head gasket right there. Yeah. So I put the straight edge across the other ones, even though they're recessed. And she's good. I think there's about less than half a thou in one of them. I'm gonna go with that. The rest would look pretty good. It'll live. I'll get that down. Hopefully once it's down that the aluminum around this isn't raised as well as it is, and I'll have to get this redecked. And if usually they can deck them enough where you don't have to worry about boosting the compression a whole lot. You see, this one's all original. It bothered me to have to do this, but that's the first time that engine's ever been apart in that bike. Yep. The Shovelhead Blues.